Are you ready to go down to my desolate land, Kyogre? Bring it on, Groudon. My primordial sea will wash off that stupid rock you're on. Ooh, 2 legendary Pokemon fighting. I think I might join in. Go, Psyduck! Uh-oh. What is going on, guys? This is Dobbs here, bringing you another Pokemon video. And well, this timeline video is going to be a little different because this video will mainly focus on the backstories of every legendary and mythical Pokemon from the beginning of the universe to the present time. And like we all know, a lot of legendary and mythical Pokemon don't have a true origin story in the Pokemon lore. So what I did was, I conducted a ton of research into the real life origins of these Pokemon and carefully placed them into the storyline of the Pokemon universe. So yes, some of these backstories were created by me, but don't worry, it wasn't just made up out of nowhere. Each backstory was based off a real life legend that surrounds the individual Pokemon. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and without further ado, let's get started. Nothing. That's what our universe was, long ago. Everywhere was complete darkness, filled with quietness. No matter where you looked, you couldn't find anything. But then suddenly, everything exists, and Arceus becomes the first mythical Pokemon to walk the universe, giving him the title, the God of Pokemon. In the wake of his making, Arceus creates Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, giving them the power over time, space, and antimatter, respectively. With these 4 Pokemon, the start of this new Pokemon universe begins. Palkia starts by expanding the universe, giving room for Dialga to create planets so that new life forms can be made. In result of Palkia's rapid expansion, a phenomena occurred giving life to a new legendary Pokemon known as Cosmog. Billions of Cosmogs were scattered throughout the universe and would eventually evolve into respective Pokemon inhabiting the suns and moons of local planets. After Palkia's bidding was done, Dialga goes on to create billions of planets, which would include our own Pokemon world, Earth. Dialga then creates Mew to inhabit Earth, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus to act as the gods of Earth, and Hoopa to act as the god of gods of Earth. Since Dialga isn't a pure god like Arceus, his creations had minor flaws within them. The simple Pokemon Mew lacked emotion, knowledge, and willpower. So in order to fix this, Arceus creates Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf to give Mew these godlike traits. These Pokemon are then sent to Lake Verity, Lake Valor, and Lake Acuity in Sinnoh, giving them the name the Lake Guardians. The 2 gods Tornadus and Thundurus lack the ability to control their power, and in result of this, they destroy the lands with gales and thunderstorms. During the uncontrollable wicked wind of Tornadus, Rayquaza is born within the ozone layer, making him a demigod of a demigod. Arceus then blesses Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus with new forms in order to help them control their intense power. During Arceus' fixings, Giratina manipulates Hoopa into betraying Arceus and taking over his throne. Since Hoopa was imperfect because of Dialga's doing, Hoopa agrees to Giratina's plan and is blessed with a new form called Hoopa Unbound. Arceus soon finds out, and punishes Giratina, stripping his holy form while sending him to the Distortion World. Since Hoopa was now corrupted by Giratina's unholy blessing, Arceus had no choice but to entrap Hoopa into a prison bottle. A few thousand years pass, and during this, Kyogre is formed by the pressure within the deep sea, while Groudon is formed within Earth's deep-hearted magma. Over many years, Kyogre proceeds to fill the sea with water, while Groudon fills the earth with land. In result of Groudon's land creation, Regigigas is born. Since the 2 legendary Pokemon had different goals for the Earth's future, the 2 giants automatically became rivals and fought each other for dominance over the Pokemon world. And since the Earth no longer had Hoopa to oversee Tornadus, Thunderous, and Landorus, Kyogre and Groudon quickly overpowered the three demigods into submission. After many months of non-stop chaos, in some sort of miracle, the demigod of demigods Rayquaza overpowers the two legendary Pokemon and orders them to retreat into their special caverns. Noticed by Arceus, Rayquaza is blessed with a special power known as Mega Evolution, so that if this ever happened again, Rayquaza would be even more powerful to overcome the two legendary monsters. Due to the epic battle between the two legendary giants, Arceus decides that planet Earth needed a stronger balance to maintain order. So in result of this, Arceus creates Xerneas to connect the 5 realms of the Pokemon universe to Earth. These 5 realms being the Realm of Arceus, where only Arceus sits to oversee the Pokemon universe. The Realm of Dialga and Palkia, where space and time is created. The Realm of the Heavens, where the dead transcend for a peaceful afterlife. The Realm of Mew, where living Pokemon coexist with each other. And then finally, the Realm of the Distortion World, where corrupt souls are sent to as punishment. Arceus then creates Yveltal, a blind god that can only see into the souls of Pokemon, standing as a judge to the gates of heaven. Finally, Arceus creates Zygarde, a legendary serpent that wraps around the realm of Mew, keeping the Pokemon world we know together. A few hundred years pass, and during this, Regigigas pulls the land, creating continents and landmarks around the world. Throughout Regigigas' journey, the legendary Titan creates Regirock, Regice, and Registeel out of clay, ice, and magma respectively. Due to the hot tectonic plates sliding so vigorously during Regigigas' continental movement, Mount Coronet is formed while giving birth to Heatran in a pool of lava. It is now 300 million years in the past, and the powerful legendary bird Pokemon known as Ho-Oh is born within the sun. Ho-Oh then flies to Earth and creates 3 powerful bird Pokemon representing its long journey. Moltres, symbolizing the hot sun Ho-Oh was born in. Articuno, symbolizing the cold space Ho-Oh traveled through. And lastly, Zapdos, symbolizing the claps of thunder that Earth welcomed upon its arrival. Meanwhile, Mews from all over Earth start to go extinct due to their DNA rapidly adapting to their environment. In the deep Earth near the mantle, a Deontay is born, becoming the most valuable Pokemon to ever exist. Also within the wet jungle where bug Pokemon prosper, the ancient form of Genesect becomes the strongest predator in that environment. 200 million years pass, and a sudden meteor hits the Earth, leaving most of the ancient Pokemon extinct. During the crash of the meteorite, the mythical Pokemon known as Jirachi flies from the meteor into a lake in Farina Forest. 100 million years pass, and Arceus is about to go into a deep slumber. Before going to sleep, Arceus decides to create 4 more legendary Pokemon for each inhabited planet to help evolve them into something greater. For Earth, these 4 Pokemon were named Tapu Lele, Tapu Fini, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Koko. Over a span of thousands of years, each Tapu Pokemon impacted the world in different ways. Starting with Tapu Lele, this legendary Pokemon creates the first human to walk on Earth. Tapu Lele then creates Meloetta to give humans inspiration to artistic creation. After Tapu Lele was done, Tapu Bulu then goes on to teach humans agriculture and how to coexist with Pokemon in a peaceful way. On the other spectrum, Tapu Fini and Tapu Koko travel throughout Earth, teaching many Pokemon of different types, abilities, and how to fight. Meanwhile, in a different region, Xerneas releases all its life energy into its surrounding area, giving birth to Elix Forest along with 2 mythical Pokemon known as Celebi and Shaman. Xerneas then transforms into a mythical tree and falls into a deep slumber. 1,000 years pass, and the people of Snowpoint City start to become afraid of Regigigas because of his intense power. In result of this new emotion to humans known as fear, the mythical Pokemon Darkrai is created within their nightmares, becoming pure evil. Because of this horrific fear, the Snowpointian people lure the giant Titan to a local temple and seals him away along with Regirock, Regice, and Registeel. Since it's been 1,000 years since its last appearance, the Millennium Comet flies across Earth's sky and makes Jirachi awake from his deep slumber to feed off the energy from the comet. 7,000 years pass, and during this time, a powerful dragon is broken into 3 pieces due to a conflict between 2 brothers that had different ideals in life. The year is now 3000 BC, and a great war has sparked in the Kalos region, taking many lives of Pokemon warriors. Because some of these perished warriors didn't accept their death, their souls were transformed into a wandering Marshadow, a lost spirit in the afterlife. Also, due to the epic explosion by the ultimate weapon during the war, a parallel universe was created. In one universe, normal stones became Mega Stones filled with mythical powers, and in the other universe, the normal stones remain unchanged because the weapon was never fired. Following the first universe, 1,000 years pass, and a plague of meteors crash into Earth. And because of the extreme natural energy expelling from the alien rocks, Groudon and Kyogre revert into their primal forms. Since Arceus previously blessed Rayquaza with a new form, the legendary Pokemon performs the first ever Mega Evolution, stopping the two ancient Pokemon again. Meanwhile, on the other side of the planet, Constellation Cygnus makes his first appearance to Earth, giving birth to a new legendary Pokemon known as Cresselia. 3,500 years pass, and the three legendary birds created by Ho-Oh come to a disagreement when it came to territory over Johto. Each bird wanted more than the other, and in result of this altercation, a great fight between them begins. In response to the epic waves of destruction by the three legendary birds, the Earth's ocean gives birth to a new legendary Pokemon representing the power of the sea. Lugia then sprouts up into the sky and stops the three powerful birds from destroying the Pokemon and the people of Johto. Because of this heroism by Lugia, the people of Ecruteak City create two towers to represent the friendship and hope between Pokemon and humans. Meanwhile, in the Alola region, Magearna is created by a mad scientist, making Magearna the first man-made Pokemon to ever exist. 260 years pass, and an industrial revolution makes its way into various regions. Thanks to Miloetta's passive ability to give humans inspiration for creation, the Pokemon Volcanion sparks the idea for the first steam engine to ever be created. 84 years pass, and humans start to overtake Pokemon habitats for self-gain. Since the weak Pokemon couldn't defend themselves, the three legendary Pokemon Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion become the swords of justice and start to defend the helpless Pokemon against the humans. One day, a young innocent Pokemon named Keldeo becomes homeless due to a fire sparked by humans that destroyed his home. Because of this, the Sword of Justice decided to take this homeless Pokemon in as their own and would eventually raise Keldeo to be a great fighter. 56 years pass, and the two legendary Pokemon Latios and Latias are chosen to be the guardians of Altair and over the precious item Soul Dew. Another 50 years pass, and suddenly a powerful lightning bolt strikes Brass Tower, killing three Pokemon inside. Ho-Oh soon finds out, and flies to the burnt tower to resurrect the three Pokemon who perished in the fire. After bringing the three Pokemon back to life, Ho-Oh then grants each Pokemon legendary powers that symbolize their deaths. Raikou, the lightning bolt that struck the tower. Entei, the fire that burnt the tower. And Suicune, the rain that extinguished the fire. 6 years pass, and a young child named Alice suddenly falls off a cliff while playing in her parents' garden. Without thinking, the legendary Pokemon Darkrai catches her, making Alice the first human for Darkrai to open his heart to. 40 years pass, and with the use of the ancient Pokemon Mew's DNA, a corrupt organization called Team Rocket creates an immensely powerful Pokemon named Mewtwo, who's said to be the strongest Pokemon to ever live. 8 years pass, and an alien virus attached on a meteor that's headed for Earth undergoes a mutation that gives life to the legendary Pokemon Deoxys, a Pokemon that can freely change its form. 12 years pass, and during this time, an egg hatches in an underwater palace known as Samaya, giving birth to Manaphy, whom would be declared as the Prince of the Sea. Also in Liberty Garden, an ultra-rich family discovers a mythical Pokemon known as Victini, said to be the luckiest Pokemon alive. Meanwhile, at Team Plasma's headquarters, the ancient Pokemon Genesect is resurrected and is modified with machine-like parts. The year is now 2016, and a black hole rips space and time near Earth, giving birth to the legendary Pokemon known as Necrozma. This black hole then becomes a warp hole and opens up a gateway to different dimensions, allowing higher dimensional creatures leak onto Earth. And there you go, the complete timeline of legendary and mythical Pokemon. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like if you did, I appreciate it a ton. And also, if you're enjoying the channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Twitter for fan interactions, video updates, and other cool stuff, follow me at Dobbs. And for the question of the day, which Pokemon origin is your favorite? Be sure to let me know down below in the comments. I can't wait to see what you guys have in mind. And I'll see y'all next time. See ya.